be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing, together millions of things, for our planet. Earth Day has passed, but you don't need a holiday to make an impact. Check your car's trunk and remove heavy items to improve gas mileage. Stock up on reusable bags to use at the grocery store, always keeping a few in your car. And be sure that you are recycling bottles, cans, and papers. The simplest things are often the most effective. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, 1,000,000 things for our planet. What's your one thing?
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at HD1 San Francisco. An Odyssey station.
Good morning, Bay Area.
It's time to wake up. It's 5, and we're live.
Oh, is this thing on? I don't care. I want him to hear.
This is the Pregame Show, your early morning shot of sports on 95.7 The Game. Come on!
Oh, yeah. Welcome in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Friday. You made it. Let's go. This isn't just any Friday. Few Fridays like this come along. It's going to be 70 degrees and lovely out there in most of the Bay Area. You got Warriors Kings, Game 6. Time to wrap this up and get ready for the winner of the Grizzlies-Lakers series if you're the Golden State Warriors. That game's tonight, 5 o'clock tip-off. Be there or be square. Get your butts in the seats. Get off early. Do what you got to do. Warriors Live, 4 o'clock with John Dickinson. We're going to have all Warriors Kings coverage all day right here on 95.7 The Game. I'm fired up. And it's a simple question this morning as I welcome all of you at 888-957-9570. That's the number, whether you'd like to call or text in. Comcast Business Text Line, 888-957-9570. What's the matchup going to be this time Monday morning? What's the matchup? Could be Kings. Could be Grizzlies. Could be Warriors. Could be Lakers. I think the league would much rather have the latter than the former, but it is what it is. You got to take care of your business tonight if you're the Los Angeles Lakers who are playing the Grizzlies at home, as well as the Golden State Warriors who are taking on the Sacramento Kings at home. They get that primetime slot. I know a lot of people are thinking, well, why are the Lakers playing later? So Warriors are getting the primetime slot. They're getting that East Coast watch in there. All the people in the East, New York, New Jersey, whatever, Miami, those people get to watch the Dubs in primetime and their guy Stephen Curry, who just does numbers for the league. All the primetime games, the highest viewership, everything, it relates to Stephen freaking Curry. I'm looking for him to have a big night. And he had a message for the fans after the game the other day in which the Warriors took a 3-2 lead in Sacramento. That's what he had to say, his parting message.
I'll get y'all butts in the seats at 5 o'clock, tip off. It's a little early, but everybody get off of work early in the Bay. Let's go.
Get off early in the Bay, get those butts in the seats, 5 o'clock tip. Again, we'll have all that pre- and post-game coverage all day right here on 95.7 The Game. Willard and Dibbs are going to be live there from 2 to 4 over at Thrive City, I believe. So check them out over there. John Dickinson will be broadcasting over there as well. Warriors Live at 4 o'clock. All day, all long, right here, 95.7 The Game. And man, you guys are already fired up on YouTube. We're streaming there as well as Twitch. 888-957-9570 again is the number if you'd like to call or text in. What's the matchup going to be on Monday? We got the final piece of the puzzle remaining. Celtics took care of the Hawks last night. Took them a lot more longer than they thought. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, 30-piece apiece. It's a double piece, 2-piece, whatever. Chicken tenders. God, I can go for some chicken tenders right now. I'm always so hungry. I've been up for about an hour already, so it's like my mind is like, I can eat breakfast already. I can eat lunch. I don't need anything. It's 5 o'clock, Joe. Relax. But they take care of their business. So we got Celtics Sixers, we got Heat Knicks, we got Nuggets Suns. And what will it be on Monday? Is it going to be Lakers Warriors? We've been salivating at the thought of LeBron and Steph. What's it going to be on Monday? They got to take care of business tonight. You do not want to go back to Sacramento. Can the Warriors win if it goes to Game 7? Yeah, they can. You'd rather would just end it tonight. Let's not mess around. Let's not fool yourselves and your fan base and think, oh God. Oh, I got to go back to Sac already. For the rest, if anything. You want to be rested. You want to be healthy. Give them Steph Curry some rest, please. I'm looking at Steph tonight to have a big game. Game 6, Clay, is he going to come back? He had a great Game 5. Draymond Green, is he going to keep that scoring up? Is he going to get off the bench again? I would assume so. Jordan Poole, kind of quiet. Is he going to break out? This feels like a Jordan Poole breakout game. At home, plays better at home. He's back in the starting lineup now. I'm feeling confidence boost for Jordan Poole tonight. I'm looking for him to have a big game. 888-957-9570. What's the matchup going to be this time Monday morning in the Western Conference? It's a payday Friday, folks. It's a Phil Collins Friday. It's a Game 6 Friday. It's a beautiful day in the Bay Friday. What are you doing this weekend? Is always our question on a Friday as well. What are you freaking doing? I'm fired up, man. We had the NFL draft last night. We're going to talk about that. Bryce Young, no secret there. He went number 1 overall. Some drama and some intrigue. You had Will Anderson getting taken as well. That was 3 overall. Some were saying, the Texans, are they going defense? No, they went CJ Stroud 2, traded all the way back up to number 3 with Arizona to go get Will Anderson Jr., some say is the best outside linebacker in the draft from Alabama. Jalen Carter, potentially the most talented player in the draft from Georgia. He falls all the way down to number 9, in which Philadelphia Eagles, they traded up. They have draft capital, and they got their guy, Jalen Carter. The rich get richer. Obviously, losing Hargrave to the San Francisco 49ers was a big loss for them, but have no fear. Jalen Carter is here, and it looks like the Philadelphia Eagles are just going to get every single player from the 2021 National Championship team from Georgia. They already got Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, now Jalen Carter, and at the back end of the draft, pick number 31, they get Nolan Smith, outside linebacker out of Georgia. So that was a big storyline for me is Eagles aren't going away, 49er fans. The Eagles are not going away. Some other names getting drafted. Anthony Richardson going forward to the Colts. Devin Witherspoon to the Seattle Seahawks. They're trying to recreate Legion of Boom 2.0. They already got Woolen up there. He's a beast. Kobe Bryant up there. They got young studs in that secondary, and they're hoping Devin Witherspoon will add to that. Paris Johnson, the offensive tackle, is going to the Cardinals. Tyree Wilson to the Raiders. Guy was projected to be a top 5 pick, potentially all the way up to number 2. Had a foot injury, so he fell a little bit, but the Raiders get a quote-unquote steal there. They are saying, never heard of the guy, to be honest with you, until this draft, but that's what they're saying. He was mocked in a lot of top 10. I do not watch a lot of Texas Tech football. So 888-957-9570, rounds 2 and 3 tonight. What's going to go down with the San Francisco 49ers? Are they going to trade back up? Got a bunch of third-round picks. What's going on there with the San Francisco 49ers? We'll have all of that on Monday, obviously, and as it pertains to any team and any action for the 49ers, we will relay that information. It was kind of drama, a little bit. Will Levis falling. I guess the mayonnaise in the coffee, it's going to get you the second round, buddy. Eating the banana with the peel on, it's going to get you the second round. Having a fear of milk, that's a big negative. I'm looking out on the TV right now, and it is kind of sad. Like, I feel bad for the guy. He is kind of just like, obviously, look at me. Those were all TikTok things he was doing with the whole banana peel, with the mayonnaise and the coffee. I get it. It was attention seeking. He doesn't really do that. He was squashing all those like immediately with all the teams and all that sort of stuff. But you just look at them with their family, and you think of players from years past, whether it's Brady, Quinn, all these guys just sitting there with their families thinking you're going to get picked in the first round and then don't even get picked at all. It's kind of depressing. Not going to lie, it's kind of depressing. Will Levis, will a team have a quote-unquote steal in the top of the second for him? That's going to be a storyline today. Joey Porter Jr. was another guy out of Penn State. He fell. Could the Niners trade up for him? They could use some secondary help. Lot of interesting names still left out there. Again, 888-957-9570 if you have any draft day thoughts. Steve Kerr, head coach of the Golden State Warriors, as we continue to talk about the Game 6s tonight as it pertains to the Warriors and Kings, Lakers, Grizzlies. Last two games of the puzzle of the first round remaining. What is going to happen there? Steve Kerr joined Willard and Dibbs yesterday and was talking about this team now capable of beating anyone on the road after that massive, massive Game 5 victory. He's Steve Kerr talking about it.
Yeah, it was a great win, but I have sort of disconnected the regular season from the playoffs. So I don't even think about this win in relation to all the road losses during the season, because I just feel like we're a different team now. You know, we're whole with Wiggins back and Gary Payton, back in the fold and good health. This team now is capable of winning road games, against anybody. The team we had a few months ago was not. So it really is two different teams.
Two different teams. A lot of teams actually feel that way. Lakers feel like two different teams from where they were at in the start of the season until now. Could they potentially meet the Golden State Warriors this time Sunday? It'd be kind of crazy. If both the Warriors and Lakers win tonight, wrap up their series, we don't even get a day to breathe. Like, we get a day off, and then it's like, all right, well, Lakers coming to town 12:30 on Sunday. We're already? Don't even get a day or a couple days to digest this King series? Be nice. We in the media would love a whole day to react to what happens in this King series. Would love to be able to preview the Lakers-Warriors potential matchup, or hell, a Grizzlies-Warriors matchup, which if that's the case, Grizzlies are forcing a Game 7. And if the Warriors take care of business tonight, they get a little extra rest. Yes, they would have to travel to Memphis, and I'm sure they would rather host the Lakers, but lots of interesting storylines. Listen, I'm not looking past the Kings. I'm just saying, this time Monday, the Warriors are either in and out. What it's going to be. Shout out Double Double, animal style, with chopped green chilies. God, that sounds great right now as well. 888-957-9570. Good morning to all of you on YouTube. Prince, El Guero, Zach, Louis Roberson. Is it Luis or Louis? K-Money, James, AK66GS. Love all y'all. Lamar got paid. That's from El Guero. He certainly did get paid. Lamar Jackson getting a new contract, making him now the highest paid player, I think, annually now, edging out Jalen Hurts. 185 guaranteed. Not quite the guaranteed money he was looking for, though. He was trying to get that Deshaun Watson guarantee, and the Ravens played hardball. They waited. They never denigrated him. They were never talking smack to him, leaking stuff out to the media. They played their game, and it paid off. The Ravens won here. Now, you can look at the total as $260 million. You always look at the guarantees, and even the guarantees aren't totally guaranteed these days with the wording in some of these NFL contracts. But 185 guaranteed for Lamar Jackson. He is going to remain a Baltimore Raven. They end up getting a wide receiver in the draft, Zay Flowers, I believe, if I'm looking at this correctly, from Boston College. That is correct, with the 23rd overall pick. So Lamar gets paid. He gets a new weapon. Everyone's happy. We can now move on. All those kind of dramatic quarterback storylines kind of over now. Kind of over. Aaron Rodgers, a Jet. Lamar Jackson remains a Raven. Just look at this AFC. Take a brief aside here. We're still going to take your calls and texts on the Warriors, I promise. But just the AFC is so stacked with quarterback talent. Aaron Rodgers, the Jets. Josh Allen, Bills. Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals. Lamar Jackson. Like, you kidding me? With this talent? Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Jimmy Garoppolo. Kidding. Still the most handsome go. Even though it's the different conference, same level of handsomeness from one James Garoppolo. 888-957-9570 415, pump the brakes. This is via the Comcast Business text line. Pump the brakes on Jalen Carter with questionable character. Hey, I actually really like what the Eagles are doing. They already have a championship type culture in there. They didn't win it. I get it. They won the NFC championship game. They have all of his teammates from college there with him. I think that's a huge plus in why you're bringing him to a room with familiarity. Jalen Carter, yes, there are huge concerns, which is why I think the Raiders passed on him. Given their history, what happened with Henry Ruggs, who didn't have character concerns coming out of Alabama, but obviously the car wreck, the manslaughter charges, 2 deaths, 1 female, 1 animal. Yeah, that was very sad, and I don't think the Raiders want to touch that again. Jalen Carter obviously was involved in another vehicle accident. Was a passenger in that, but there are character concerns. Showed up overweight to his, pro day. Wasn't a good look. Only interviewed with teams that were in the quote-unquote top 10. Well, the Eagles were not there. The Eagles were not in the top 10, but the Eagles already had multiple guys on that team vouching for him with Jordan Davis and with Nakobe Dean. So I actually think it's a great fit. It's a perfect fit. Some teams, I get it, passed all the way on him, and he fell all the way to number 9. Jalen Carter's a beast, though. He is the most talented player in this draft. And if it wasn't for that, you probably would have seen him go in the top 3. You probably would have seen the Arizona Cardinals or the Seattle Seahawks take him. They didn't. He falls down. The rich get richer. Eagles are going to be a tough team to beat. It's them and the Niners, man, neck and neck. Now with Rodgers out of the picture, it's going to be fascinating to see how this conference shakes out. I mean, it's the Niners and the Eagles, right? Who else is scaring you in that conference? Seahawks? Okay. Geno Smith, though? Really? Cowboys? Okay. Got Stephon Gilmore? Yeah. I'm still looking at the Niners and Eagles as the class of that conference. And coaching matters. I'm looking at Shanahan. I'm looking at Sirianni. They just look like they are a step above of guys like Mike McCarthy. 888-957-9570 again is the number for any of your draft day takes. What were some of your takeaways from round 1? What do you like? What did you not like? We'll continue to take your calls and texts on that. F Camp from the YouTube chat as we get back into NBA. Who's going to be the matchup? What's going to be the matchup this time Monday morning? Grizzlies are done. Lakers are a better matchup for Golden State. They're old and would have no answers for Steph and Clay. Plus, we'd have home court advantage. Is that wishful thinking, or do you think the Grizzlies can extend it there? I think the Grizzlies have a great chance. If they win tonight, I think they're winning that series. And I actually agree with you, F Camp. A lot of people are saying that the Lakers could give the Warriors problems just based on the regular season, based on their length, their personnel. LeBron obviously always shows up against the Warriors. Anthony Davis, he would be a physical mismatch. We thought that about Sabonis, but let's be honest. He's not on an Anthony Davis or even a Jaren Jackson Jr., if we're going the Grizzlies out, type of level when it comes to just being a physical freak. But I agree. I don't think the Lakers can score against this team. They play good defense, but they have offensive droughts at times. And I look at the head coaching matchup. I've been talking about it all week. He's Steve Kerr over Darvin Ham. I trust Steve Kerr and his rotations way more than I trust that rookie head coach down in Los Angeles. So will it be Lakers-Warriors this time Monday morning? We shall see. Both of those games tonight, obviously, and we'll have all the coverage of Warriors-Kings all day right here, 95.7 The Game, 888-957-9570. Payday Friday, Phil Collins Friday, Game 6 Friday, beautiful day in the Bay Friday, NFL Draft. What more do you want, folks? This is the most wonderful time of the year. Rennell, good morning. Happy Sacramento Funeral Day. Add that to the list. That's like number 6. Funeral Fridays. It's kind of dark, kind of nice out, and probably don't want to dwell on that. But we're saying it in jest. Ken C, is it going to be Looney versus LeBron on Monday? That's great. Not even Steph versus LeBron. It's Looney versus LeBron. Put him on there. Well, you got the Looney Tunes factor already, right? Shout out Space Jam 2. It's kind of a snoozer. Benjamin loves it, though, and we watch it occasionally. He's more of the Michael Jordan fan as am I. So I try to put that one on first before he's like, nah, I want Space Jam 2. Really? Don Cheadle? Kind of boring. Yeah. I don't like what they did with the cartoon characters. Made all CGI. Looks too real. I was like, no. I don't need my cartoons to look more real. They're freaking cartoons. Let them look 2-bit. Going on a tangent here. You know what I'm saying. 888-957-9570. Much has been made about the start time tonight. 5 o'clock. Be there. Be square. Get off early. Do what you got to do. It's the Bay. I get it. Stephen Curry. PSA for all you Warriors fans right here.
Sure, y'all get y'all butts in the seats at 5 o'clock. Tip off. It's a little early, but everybody get off of work early in the Bay. Let's go.
Get off early. Get those butts in the seats. You heard it from Steph. And here's Steve Kerr yesterday with Willard and Dibbs talking about that strange start time for Game 6.
It is strange. It does mean a couple hours less rest for everybody, but I don't think that'll be a factor. I think Steph's in incredible shape. He's one of the most gifted athletes in the world in terms of his conditioning and how he maintains his health and his body, and the guy's amazing. So I think he'll be fine, but we're going to need to play really well. The closeout games are really tough. They're always the hardest game of the series, and we know what kind of team Sacramento is and who they are. They're going to be coming after us tomorrow, so we're going to need our fans, and I hope everybody shows up on time. Hopefully, employers around the city will give their people an early checkout time tomorrow at work.
That would be nice. Early checkout time, please. Businesses everywhere in the Bay Area. We want to watch this game. It's 5 o'clock. San Francisco, Chase Center, Thrive City's going to be packed. It's going to be wild. Who's going to the game? Let me know that at 888-957-9570. Warriors Kings tonight. I think the betting markets has the Warriors as 7.5 point home favorites. That's interesting. Juxtapose that with the Grizzlies and Lakers tonight. Lakers 4.5 point home favorites there. Will it be Lakers and Warriors this time Monday morning? What's the matchup going to be? I haven't seen much as I'm looking through the Comcast Business text line. I haven't seen much Kings Grizzlies predictions for a matchup this time Monday morning. God, if you're Adam Silver in the league and you have this on a platter, you're just hoping LeBron and Steph take care of business tonight. You're just like, all right, guys, it's not that hard. Just take care of business at home. This is going to do massive, massive numbers. LeBron v. Steph. Come on. Could that potentially rival like the NBA Finals numbers this year? Could this second round matchup actually do better numbers than some NBA Finals potential matchup? Because I'm looking at it, right? I'm looking at it. Could it potentially be like a Suns versus, I don't know, who's out there? Suns versus Heat, potentially? It'd be kind of funny. Just, Suns are hot, if you will. It's just Suns versus Heat. You get it? But just, it's not sexy. Just market-wise. Like Miami, okay. But Phoenix, you get the names there. KD, Jimmy Butler, I guess. But you're looking at this potential second-round series, and it might be the sexiest second-round series in the history of the NBA. All the history there with LeBron, with Steph, going back to Cleveland days. Cleveland, this is for you. We get all that. The Laker brand. The Warriors have been the little brothers to the Lakers for so long, but this past decade, they've had their Laker-type dynastic run, which happens with the Lakers. Seems like once every decade. Kobe and Shaq. You got Worthy and Magic, Kareem, all those guys, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor. You see all of that happening, and now it just feels like this is it. If those two teams play each other, man, it just feels like this narrative, just so many different ones of them out there for that series. And it kind of feels like it's who dominated the 2000s thus far. Either the Warriors or the Lakers. Am I getting too ahead of myself here, folks? 888-957-9570. I'm just so damn confident in the Warriors winning tonight. I really am. I just think Game 5 was everything for the Sacramento Kings. Hell, if we're being honest, that Harrison Barnes missed shot in Game 4 was kind of everything. That was it. You go up 3-1. It's night-night, I feel like. Now, the Warriors felt like they had life. They just needed one on the road. They're going to wrap this up at home. I'm expecting a big game from the others, as Shaq calls them, from the Gary Payton II, from Jordan Poole, who will be in the starting lineup, I believe. Be shocked if he wasn't. Just keep going with what's working, Steve. 3 games in a row now. Let's go. Make it 4 tonight. Can they? Can they make it 4 straight against the Sacramento Kings, folks? Vic, good morning. Where you at, Vic? You said game starts at 2 a.m. for me. Glad it's Friday. 2 a.m.? Where you living at? You living over in Europe? Damn. Zach, Dubs fan living in Sac. Not Sacramento. That's what it should be called, though. Am I right? Job is making me work it. Overtime. Are you getting paid overtime at least? That's good. He's in the Netherlands. What's up, Vic from the Netherlands? Let's go. Let's see. Who are my guys out in the Netherlands national team that I remember? Oh, Wesley Sneijder. Arjen Robben. Virgil van Dijk. Am I butchering all those names, Vic, or is that pretty good? Let me know on the YouTube chat. We are up and streaming on Twitch and YouTube, as always. 888-957-9570. F-Camp on the YouTube chat. For sure, the Warriors are confident as ever, and momentum is in our favor. I believe that. I know momentum in basketball is an interesting thing. I believe momentum in basketball. I believe in momentum in football. I do not believe in momentum when it comes to baseball, because that's so finicky with starting pitchers, bullpen games, all that sort of stuff. Bob Spadoni, the patriarch of the Spadoni fam, momentum is only as good as your next day's starting pitcher, so I always believe that one. But in basketball, it's real. It was real for the Cleveland back in 2016. It was real for the Warriors in 2016, down 3-1 to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Vic on the YouTube chat. They love Robin out here. I'm born and raised in the Bay. I'm out here because of my wife. Oh, apologies, Vic. Vic always comes down my road, though. He loves those Lakers shots, and he may have just himself this time Monday a lot of those if the Warriors take care of business and the Lakers take care of business tonight and potentially face in round 2. We're going to take a quick break. Come on back. More Warriors Kings, more NFL draft talk. Again, any questions, any comments, anything, always welcome at 888-957-9570. Come on back. This is the pregame show with Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game.
Turn up the lights.
It's time to turn the beam off for good. Game 6, today at 5 p.m.
Make sure y'all get y'all butts in the seats.
Pregame Show on 95.7 The Game.
Welcome back. Pregame show. Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game. Phil Collins Friday for all those who observe. Payday Friday. Who doesn't want to observe that? Warriors Kings Game 6 Friday. NFL Draft Rounds 2 and 3 Friday. 75 degrees in Oakland Friday. It's just a great day. This is awesome. God, I'm so excited for tonight's game. Both games. I get Warriors Kings and I get Ja versus LeBron. Come on. Doesn't get better than that. 888-957-9570. Where are you at, Dub Nation? Who's going to the game? Who's getting off work right now? Who's getting ready for work? What are you guys doing this weekend? That's what I want to know too. It's going to be beautiful this weekend. Although I look for the forecast again next week. Do I see thunder and rainstorms in the Bay Area? What's going on here? We're moving past that. No. I'm liking the 70 degrees. Stop it. What's the matchup going to be this time Monday morning? What's it going to be? We got one more piece of the puzzle. We already know it's Nuggets Suns on the opposite side of the bracket. In the East, we know Heat Knicks, Sixers Celtics. What's that final piece of that round 2 puzzle? Is it going to be Grizzlies Warriors? It's going to be Lakers Warriors. Is it going to be Kings Lakers? Is it going to be Kings Grizzlies? Lot of stuff still to happen. Will they take care of business tonight at Chase Center? I was just talking to producer extraordinaire and host of Garlic Fries and Baseball Guys. Check out a new podcast twice a week. Giants took the L yesterday, but still won that series. 3-1 against the St. Louis Cardinals. Sam Loveman, who I am talking to, I was like, Warriors are waxing the Kings tonight. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find a scenario to which the Kings are lingering around. It's like, okay. But even then, I think the Warriors pull away late and the final score looks a lot worse for the Sacramento Kings. I was looking at the game and the score last night. I was like, oh, look at the Hawks. The plucky Hawks hanging around. It is very difficult. I understand that in a closeout situation to put a team away. But I just think at home, this team has been a championship team. Say what you will on the road and their road woes, and they got a massive one for the Mentals in Game 5 in Sacramento. But I just think at home, they've been a championship team all along. Dante DiVincenzo, Gary Payton II, all these guys have played so well at home. I'm looking at Jordan Poole to have a big performance tonight. I'm looking at 20 plus from Jordan tonight. Who's going to be that breakout guy tonight for you? 888-957-9570 is the number. Rennell, there's going to be a candlelight vigil for the Sacramento Kings held at 7:30 at Thrive City. Rennell's out here with the dark humor, and I'm all about it. Rennell, appreciate you chiming in on the YouTube chat. 510 wants to know, what do you think of Tyree Wilson? That was the Raiders pick. I'm a Raider fan. I will give you my thoughts. I haven't seen the guy play in a real game. Watched a bunch of highlights last night. Looked great. Was a projected top 5 pick from a lot of people. He fell because a lot of teams ended up taking quarterbacks that were quarterback needy. So he fell to the Raiders' lap. Could have taken Jalen Carter. Didn't feel comfortable. So they took the next best thing in Tyree Wilson. We shall see. His comp is Chandler Jones. The Raiders already have Chandler Jones. Little long in the tooth. He was bad last year for them. Not great. Max Crosby, he was great. He's a stud. So they're hoping that he could be the younger version of what Chandler Jones used to be back in his New England days. And yes, with the Arizona Cardinals. So we shall see. I mean, again, it's all, you want me to give it a letter grade? I think Dan Dibley does it the best of Willard and Dibbs. They all get C pluses. Every single pick. Yeah, it's a C plus. I can see it both ways. Like, that's what it is. I have no idea. I'm not Mel Kiper. I'm not Todd McShay. And hell, those guys don't even know half the time. You can't go back and look at how good a pick was until years down the road. So we shall see what's going to go down in rounds 2 and 3 today. Niners finally going to make some picks. What are they going to do? Are they going to trade up? Do they see anyone of value? Is Will Levis going to fall even more? That's an interesting spot for some team that looking, hey, Will Levis has first-round talent, but he's fallen way down. Why? Is it his immaturity? Is it him just not speaking well in meetings with teams? Why did Will Levis fall? We shall see. They're saying it may be a toe injury, and he says he doesn't need surgery, but he might need surgery. So that was an interesting report. I believe that was from Chris Mortensen of ESPN last night. So his toe might be a factor. So 888-957-9570. Who you want the Niners to take? Who you have your eyes on? What was your favorite pick of that first round? Again, 888-957-9570. We can still talk some NFL draft. But it's Warriors-Kings tonight. And get those butts in the seats. It's a 5 o'clock tip. And don't take it from me. I'm going to keep playing this all day. And I run the board for the morning roast, so I have the power to keep playing it up until about 11. And I'm bouncing a little early from Steiny and Guru. Got to take care of the little ones a little earlier today. But Steph, tell these fans what to do.
Get y'all butts in the seats at 5 o'clock tip off. It's a little early, but everybody get off of work early in the Bay. Let's go.
Get those butts in the seats, folks. Get those butts in the seats. 5 o'clock tip. Again, 4 o'clock is Warriors Live with John Dickinson. Willard and Dibbs live from 2 to 4 from Thrive City. Go say hi. Do what you got to do. They will be on location. Everyone's going to be there. Bonte will be doing pre and post for NBC Sports Bay Area. It's going to be a party tonight. That's the atmosphere. It's a payday Friday. It's a Phil Collins Friday. It's a party. It's going to be a party tonight at Chase Center. I just have a good feeling about that. Steve Kerr, more from him. He talked to Willard and Dibbs yesterday, as he does every week. Now, every week that the Warriors are still in the playoffs, and hopefully they continue to be so this time on Monday morning. He was talking about Andrew Wiggins and his ability to just seamlessly just go back into the Warriors as if nothing happened. Like, this just looks like the same old Andrew Wiggins. Is this the guy that's been gone for a couple months? Or the guy that was playing with the Warriors and their second best player throughout the playoffs last year? It's hard to tell. But here's Steve Kerr talking about Wiggins' ability to quickly, shout out Emmanuel, get up to speed.
Well, Wiggs is pretty no nonsense, you know. I mean, once he returned, he just came in every day to get his work in, and he's such an amazing athlete that it literally took him about 2.5 weeks to go from, you know, not playing at all to being ready to go 35 minutes on a playoff game. And he does his work every day, but you know, there's no drama with Wiggs. He just wants to play and compete, and he did a great job of over the recent weeks of just, you know, once he came back, of just really committing to the work, and he's put himself in a great spot, and he's making a huge impact for us.
There's no drama with Wiggs as it pertains to him and his teammates, stuff like that, but there was definitely drama surrounding him being out for months, and that storyline seems like a thing of the past. It's amazing what winning does in the playoffs. All this, you know, Draymond, a.k.a. One Punch Man, punching Jordan Poole in the face before the season started. James Wiseman, that tumultuous run, him finally getting traded for Gary Payton II. Oh, Gary Payton II's hurt. He might not even play the rest of the year. Oh, that's great. So now we got an injured player for James Wiseman. All these different storylines, Stephen Curry's subluxation, injury, interosseous membrane, whatever the hell that is in the knee. All of that out the door. Win the series, whatever. That's just what the Warriors do. They win in the playoffs and you forget every single thing in the regular season because it doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is the next round and the next round and then winning the championship, because that's what the Warriors are accustomed to under Steve Kerr. They don't lose these series in the Western Conference. It's nuts. Steve is doing such a hell of a job. What a difficult season this has been. And the Warriors are playing better now than they have all year. And that's the time to do it in the playoffs. Don't let Steph get hot. Don't let Klay Thompson get hot. Don't let Draymond Green get hot. If Draymond Green's scoring 21 in your face, it's over for the league. Now, do I expect that again tonight? No. But I'm expecting Jordan Poole to show up. I'm expecting a lot from this team tonight. What are you expecting at 888-957-9570? 888-957-9570. One more. I want to hear from Steve Kerr on this because I love this man. Kevon Looney, you heard me talking about him yesterday. Just an absolute stud. Just turning into Dennis Rodman 2.0 for the Golden State Warriors. Here's Steve Kerr talking about his guy, Kevon Looney.
He's really a model for every young player that comes through here. We just pointed Loon and say, go do what he does. Just the way he conducts himself, the way he takes care of his body, his diligence with his work every day, the way he handles our decisions as coaches, whether he starts, whether he comes off the bench, whether his minutes go up, whether they go down. He's the same guy over and over again. He just comes to work and gets his job done and goes home. And can't tell you how valuable that is.
Comes to work, gets the job done, and goes home. Sounds like a good life to me. Oh, gets paid $1 million to do so. Kevon Looney, the working man, much like the pregame show for all the working man, right here on 95.7 The Game. Continue to take your calls and texts for the Warriors and Kings tonight. Again, tip off 5 o'clock. Get there early. Warriors Live starting right here on 95.7 The Game with John Dickinson at 4. Continue to take your calls and texts on the NFL draft. I see Vic again in the YouTube. Is that the guy that puts mayo in his coffee? Yes, Will Levis. It's probably the reason he fell. Eating the banana with the peel on. Having a fear of milk. All these things. Also a potential left toe injury that may or may not need surgery is scaring some teams off. Who's going to take him tonight? What are the Niners going to do? What are the Seahawks? All that division's nuts. What are the Cardinals going to keep doing? They had a weird tampering thing going on with Jonathan Gannon, their new head coach. They had to trade some picks over to the Philadelphia Eagles. That was weird. That dropped right before the NFL draft. Who's going to be the X factor in the NFL draft for the San Francisco 49ers? Who's going to be the X factor tonight for the Warriors and Kings? RIP to the next year for the Beam. That's from Jonathan Lundeen. 888-957-9570. This is the pregame show. Come on back. 95.7 The Game.
Join Macy's and Trust for Public Land to bring more parks to more people across the country now during Earth Month. Throughout April,
on 95.7 The Game.
Can you feel that? I can feel it coming in the air tonight at Chase Center. There's gonna be a lot of stuff in the air tonight around Chase Center, Thrive City. A lot of green stuff. Some smoke out there. Why not? It's payday Friday. Warriors Kings Game 6 Friday. Phil Collins Friday. NFL Draft Friday. It's just the best Friday. It's the best. It's warm. It's beautiful. What are you guys doing this weekend? 888-957-9570. What's the matchup going to be this time Monday morning? There's one final piece to the puzzle. There's different variations. Let me know what you think. Is it going to be Warriors-Lakers, the dream matchup that everyone wants? Can it be Warriors-Grizzlies? Where is Ja? Is it going to be Kings-Lakers? There's going to be Kings-Grizzlies. Could you imagine Adam Silver? I'm thinking about it right now, the league. We have Stephen Curry and LeBron James on a silver platter, but we're going to get Domantas Sabonis versus Dylan Brooks instead. Yikes. Yikes. As Joe Shasky's going to join me. And thank you, Joe, for this coffee. I need it this morning, although I'm pretty damn pumped up, so maybe I didn't. The crossover each and every day, Monday through Friday, 5:45, where Joe Shasky of the Morning Roast joins me. And I don't know if he was locked into the NFL draft last night like I was. And trust me, we will get to the Warriors and Kings massive game tonight. I think they're going to handle their business. I think the Warriors are waxing the Sacramento Kings. I think Jordan Poole's going to have a monster game. I think Gary Payton II. I'm looking at all the others, as Shaq likes to say. All the others. And Jordan Poole's on another tonight. Got paid like a six man, like a stud. Got paid like a starter, and he's probably going to be back in the starting lineup tonight. I would assume they still bring Draymond Green off the bench, but I expect all those guys to step up because they've stepped up each and every game at home in the regular season and all through these playoffs. I think they will handle the Sacramento Kings. I also thought that Jalen Carter wasn't going to fall to the Philadelphia Eagles, and he did, Joe Shasky. NFL draft, were you locked in at all last night?
Casually.
Okay.
Probably the least locked in that I can remember me being, quite frankly.
No Niners pick.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Like I'm Draymond Green. You know what tonight is, right?
What is it?
Tonight's the walk the plank game.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite games in sports.
Walk the plank. I love that.
I mean, it's inevitable. I mean, this is what's happening. We're winning tonight.
They're smashing them
I woke
tonight.
up this morning. The sun looked beautiful as the fog was starting to slowly, break up. By the way, I got sweet cream in there this time.
Oh,
they're
tastes
back
delicious.
with the sweet cream.
Oh, my God. It's
Yeah.
delicious. There you go. Ice Venti Americano with sweet cream. Thank me later.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
I always thank you. I pay him, folks.
I'm totally teasing.
Sometimes.
Hey, let me tell you this. I've made a lot of allusions to Bad Boys and Death Row and how we're Death Row and the Kings and their media are Bad Boy and
That's great.
super soft and fake. Tonight they're stranded on Death Row.
Okay.
And the sack is coming off the head and we're guillotining these fools
We're
tonight.
going Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, 100%.
We're going Davy Jones locker.
And I'm ready to hear all the excuses. Oh, it's a coming of age series. Oh, De'Aaron got hurt. Blah, 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 blah. Dog, it's our time. Like, we're one of the greatest franchises in modern American sports.
Yeah.
All right? Like, we're not losing to the freaking Kings. All right? You went up 2-0. You're ready to throw a celebration. This is basically like Tom Brady falling behind 14-0 in a game. All right?
It's nothing.
This is why they play all 48, all right, in the NBA. It's why they play all 60 in the NFL. And this is why it's a 7-game series. All right? This isn't 1993 where it's a 5-game series. All right? It's a 7-game series. And come game 6, you're done.
I think so too. No, I'm trying to find a way.
There is no way.
I went back to.
I'm tired of being, humble Warrior fan.
I'm not being humble. I'm just saying I'm trying to find a way to make this game exciting, and I just don't see it.
You know why?
I think they're going to get smoked. Well, I know why. Because Sabonis is a fraud.
That's obvious.
Because they needed their all-stars to show up like all-stars. One of them did. De'Aaron Fox showed up this
he's a
series.
superstar.
You know who didn't? Domantas Sabonis.
Well, he's not.
Get his lunch eaten by Kevon Looney.
We talk about max players and then non-max players, guys that have a max, but they're not max players. Yeah, Sabonis falls into that category.
And he is slowly also turning into that category. It's Karl Anthony Towns.
Wow.
I'm slowly putting him to that category. There's certain people, as you start seeing the playoffs go on, they separate themselves.
Yes.
It's men from the boys in the playoffs.
Jimmy Butler is not an 82-game player. He's a 16-game player.
He's so good.
No, that's what he is, right? There are certain guys, like in football, we see this a lot. We see this a lot, actually. Gronk. Is Gronk a 16-game player?
No.
Or is he a playoff player?
He makes every clutch catch in the playoffs every single time. Edelman, same thing.
I mean, look at
We're talking about. Sorry, not to cut you off.
No, keep going.
No, I'm sure you're right. We talk about Julian Edelman as a Hall of Famer potentially, and it's not the craziest thing, just because of the playoffs.
Just because of the playoffs.
It's nuts.
And look, there's an argument. I'm taking Jerry Rice, but there is an argument. 3rd and 12. I'm throwing to Edelman all time. Like I'm not saying I believe in it, but he's in that convo.
The GOAT trusts him more than anyone. How can you say differently?
No doubt about it. And so I look at it tonight and I'm like, look, man, like Thanos, it's inevitable. We know the path. Warrior fans know the path. You're starting to crystallize it. I'm a big believer in the Back to the Future. I got analogies for days today. Back to the Future, there's the photo, right? Oh, the photo. The Polaroid that he took of him and his brother and sister, and they're hanging out, and slowly it starts to fade away. Hey, look, I'll be real. It was fading away. There was nobody in that picture. You know what the picture is now? It's we take out the Kings. It's we take out LeBron James. And it's we face Kevin Durant on our way to the finals.
Wow.
It's inevitable.
Dude, it's
You want it. We all want it.
Dread from it. Run from it. Destiny arrives. The same.
Thank you.
I love comic book analogies.
By the way, you know that Fallen Jedi 2 came out?
Survivor, right? Yeah.
Came out last night.
Oh, it looks so sick. Benny keeps seeing the commercial. He's like, Daddy, I want to go see that. He thinks it's a movie. He's like, I want to go see that.
It is, son. Watch me play
I was like, son, we can play together. Tell your mom you want to see it too, and she can buy it for you for $60 or whatever it is.
Of the deluxe edition for $99.99.
It's ridiculous how game
and all of the
been.
crate stuff. This is one of my big beasts right now with video games. What are we doing? So basically, the video game costs $50.
The crap out of it, dude.
The video game costs $50, and then it's another $100 to unlock everything. I bought the game. Could you imagine buying the Madden game and then I'm saying, well, if you want to play with Patrick Mahomes, you have to pay another $49.99.
It's stupid. They started doing this early on with DLC like discs. You'd get expansion discs, right?
Okay.
So you get certain stuff that adds on to what the game you already have. But yeah, you're right. It's like DLC, they call it, right? Downloadable content or whatever.
It's ridiculous.
You have to pay for it. It's dumb. I hate it. It's usually just, All that being said, as we get back to the Warriors and Kings, I'm looking at this game and I'm looking at the potential of a Warriors and Lakers matchup. And I know I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
No, it's coming.
But it's coming, right?
It's coming.
It's inevitable.
The league said Warriors bump you down to 5, so all we can do is put the graphic of winner of this series plays Steph Curry. You know that's what they want to do.
And do you care at this point if you're a Warriors fan who you get between the Lakers? Like, who would you rather play?
We will beat the Memphis Grizzlies with much more ease.
Okay.
But I want the Lakers for 2 reasons. Number one, that's the path. It's the path. You got to beat the Lakers one time throughout this because, it kind of, not that it's illegitimate now, but there's a legitimacy to taking out LeBron James and that Laker brand simultaneously.
I think it would really put a cap on this dynasty.
I agree.
I totally agree. Is like the Warriors are now the evil empire, but for the longest time, Darth Vader's on that other side. It's down in Los Angeles.
It's like when Tom Brady had to go through Peyton Manning.
Yes.
Right? It made those championships validated.
Yes.
When you have to go through Big Ben and Peyton Manning. I'm just using different analogies, right? I look at the San Francisco Giants. Part of what made the 2010 World Series so sweet was you went through an unbelievable Atlanta team and then what I deem to be one of the more incredible rosters ever built in the 2010 Phillies.
Absolutely.
Look at that roster.
Dude, and we were going back, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I said Tommy Hunter's still in the league from that 2010 Rangers team, and who else was it? Elvis Andrews. So those are the only two remaining from that 2010 team. That Rangers team
was sick.
Is so
Nelson
slept.
Cruz.
It's so slept on.
Vlad Guerrero.
Oh, sorry, Nelson Cruz is the other one. Yeah. Nelson Cruz, Vlad Guerrero, Michael Young, Mike
Feliz.
Napoli,
Yeah.
Neftali Feliz, Josh Hamilton.
I know.
Josh Hamilton was so sick.
My favorite was the video. They're smoking weed right there. Remember the guy from Texas?
So good.
It's no duh. It's called the Bay, yo.
It's called the Bay. And then hear me smoking a lot of weed at Thrive City today. Who's going to the game? 888-957-9570. Start lining them up. We ready. It's going to be a party. It's just going to be a party. It's a beautiful day in the Bay. It's a payday Friday, Joe. It's a Phil Collins Friday. It's NFL draft.
Collins.
Isn't this the best day? It's a great day.
Are you a Collins mix kind of a guy?
Oh, like with my drinks?
Yeah.
Not really. I'm honestly, what I get every time, I'm very boring. I get a whiskey Coke every single time.
Whiskey Coke. Okay.
So Jack and Coke.
Gotcha.
I don't like drinking beer a lot. Give me hard liquor, mix with something. Get me a little tipsy. I'm good. Like, that's me.
No, it's just interesting.
I never go too far. I'm not like I don't get smashed. I don't get S-face, anything like that.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, like that was like my family's thing. Like get the Collins mix.
What is it? Is it like a sweetener or what? I don't even know what it is.
No one drinks it anymore.
I just remember what is that? The Meet the Parents, where he's like, "Yeah, I'm out of Collins mix. Come on, Greg," and he like interrogates him and stuff like that. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Is such a great.
That's one of the movies. Like you have what is it? The Ringer does the Rewatchables podcast. That's an all-timer. The Meet the Parents every single time it's on.
1,000%.
Puff the Magic Dragon. What are you talking about? It's about a dragon, Greg. It's not about weed. What are you talking about? You a pothead?
Dude, it's just
it's so good.
It's Chef's Kiss. By the way, it's the ancillary characters. It's not the primary.
Owen Wilson's one of the best. He's like, Greg's Jewish. You know that? Huh. So is JC, bro. You're in good company.
A carpenter like JC.
So good.
He put so much lacquer on it.
It's so good. That's Joe Shasky. He's coming up next with Bonte
I
Hill.
love that movie.
Warriors Kings. We're smoking on the Kings pack tonight as a station. 5 o'clock. Be there. Warriors Live, 4 o'clock with John Dickinson. All the coverage right here for your Golden State Warriors playoff action on 95.7 The Game.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at HD1 San Francisco. An Odyssey station.
Attention facility professionals, property